the Governor's Office of Energy on the phone with us. Good morning. Can you hear us, Angie?
Good morning.
Good morning. We kind of cut you off on that last segment. We were talking about Heroes, the home energy retrofit for seniors. So we got plenty of time to fill the rest of that program.
All right. So this is a program that we launched a couple years ago, back in 2015, actually. And it's in partnership, again, with the Nevada Housing Division, kind of building off of their existing weatherization program. And it's for eligible seniors which are at income at or below 200% of federal poverty guidelines, 60 years or older, that reside in their homes. And it's a program which provides a grant to these senior citizens for energy efficiency measures in their home. And that includes all of the eligible measures such as duct sealing, air conditioner upgrades, broken window repair, water heater, solar screen, air conditioner replacement, anything that will result in savings for the home. And I will say to date, we have served over 900 homes through the program.
Very nice.
And it saves about $964 a year for the average electricity and gas savings for the eligible participants.
Well, that's a big savings, assuming most of these folks are probably on fixed income. That's a lot of money.
Correct. Yeah.
So that's a big deal. That's great. So you're having a lot of participation in that. How do you get that word out to the seniors?
So we advertise the program. We have done radio announcements. We frequently participate in senior citizen events around the state. The Housing Division advertises the home, advertises the program through their efforts as well. And we have a great page on our website to provide more information on it as well.
Great. We want to make sure people are aware of that so they can get a hold of you and participate if they're eligible. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
So another program you're working with here, the lower income solar energy program. Tell us about that. LICEP?
Yeah. So LICEP was created, this was actually a pilot program that was established back in 2013 through legislation, and it's gone through, we're at phase 3 right now. So I guess it was created back in 2013, and the first phase went towards low-income schools. So there were eligible school districts to participate in the program. The second phase was for nonprofit entities. And now for phase 3, we're focused on low-income housing units. Senate Bill 145 in our last legislative session in 2017 replaced the original pilot program with a permanent program. And it now authorizes $1 million a year in incentives to be paid up through 2023 for solar installations that benefit low-income customers throughout the state. It's primarily funded by NV Energy, and it's administered through NV Energy, but we do provide an incentive to help support the program through the Governor's Office of Energy.
That's good stuff, too. Can you tell us a little bit, how does the Governor's Office of Energy get funded?
So we're actually funded, we're unique in that we're not funded by the general fund like other state agencies are. We are funded through property taxes received to the state through eligible renewable energy projects starting in 2013. So I'll tell you about our renewable energy tax abatement program because that's actually where our funding comes from. We provide partial sales and use tax and a partial property tax to renewable energy projects that choose to locate in Nevada. So there are 13 projects that, when the program was first incorporated back in 2010, the first 13 projects that went through the program and got an abatement, the revenue, the property taxes they did pay was revenue to the Office of Energy. So we're funded by those 13 projects through the life of their tax abatement. So we call this the Renewable Energy Fund, and that is our primary budget account that funds and supports the operations of the Office of Energy.
So I suspect we would expect to see more and more of these projects coming into the state, and I keep thinking about El Dorado Valley, how they could fill that whole thing up with solar. That would be a lot of revenue for your office.
So actually the revenue from the project, it was cut off in 2013. Bill was passed, AB 237, that stopped the revenue coming in from the project. So we are no longer funded through projects that receive an abatement through the program. It's only the first 13 that went through the program that we are funded by. But we do continue to see more and more of these projects come to Nevada. We're up to 35 projects now that have been through the program. And it's actually attracted over $7.5 billion in economic benefits to the state of Nevada. And that's calculated by the capital investment from these renewable energy projects, as well as the payroll and taxes paid. And the investment from the state of Nevada is only $850 million in tax incentives. So we like to say it's roughly a 10-to-1 return on investment for the state.
That's a pretty good return. We take all that we can get.
Absolutely.
One of Stan's favorite, I would be remiss not to mention this one, is the electric highway. How are we engaging with the electric highway?
Yeah, so the electric highway is a program that we started back in 2015 in partnership with NV Energy, and we started with grant funding through the United States Department of Energy through the State Energy Program. That's a formula grant that all state energy offices across the nation receive an annual source of funding, and we use that funding to deploy charging stations along Highway 95 between Reno and Las Vegas. And that was what we call phase one of the electric highway. We were focused on reducing range anxiety and promoting electric vehicles between our two major urban centers. And we have since expanded on our goal to electrify the entire state's highway system.
Generally, what happens?
So we are now using funding from the Volkswagen settlement to put towards the Nevada Electric Highway Initiative, and we're focused on providing charging stations along I-80, I-15, US 93, and Highway 50, in addition to 95. To date, we have charging stations installed in Hawthorne, going from Reno south, I'll go through the stations that are operational so far. In Fallon, Nevada, Hawthorne, Nevada, Tonopah is under construction, and then Beatty. And we are also looking to put a charging station in Indian Springs, which will complete phase one of the Nevada Electric Highway.
So you can drive an electric car from Las Vegas to Reno with no anxiety.
That's correct.
That's
that
great.
Complete. That will be the result of the Nevada Electric Highway.
Thank you. And while I know it's not a program under the Governor's Office of Energy, can you tell us about the Nevada Clean Energy Fund? How is that created?
Yeah, so that was created through Senate Bill 407 from our last legislative session, and it established the Nevada Clean Energy Fund, which I'm currently the chair of the board for the Clean Energy Fund. And we're actually working with the Coalition for Green Capital to kind of establish the board and get it up and running. There was no funding that was identified in the legislation. So
let me ask you to hold your thought right there, because we need to go take a break and listen to some of the other folks, and we'll be back to Shades of Green in just a moment. We'll be right back.